Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Brotherhood of Gaming video game show, our podcast section. Well, I'm very excited. It's the new year. It's 2015. We now have a fresh start on everything. We get to try new things. Everybody gets their resolutions. And so, yeah, let's get the new year started off with a bang. We've already gotten quite a lot of videos for you, but first, let's take care of our subjects, and there's quite a lot of them. A lot of stuff has been going on, huh, Jane, over the past New Year's.
Well, a lot of stuff happens all the time. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of, but every time we sit down and do these podcasts, I find out things I just didn't know before.
Yeah, some things you didn't know before. Some things you probably didn't want to know.
Didn't want to know, yeah.
And then there's things that, really exciting. But yeah, meanwhile, again, like always, this is going to be the first session of the new podcast, which I am going to make available for download as an MP3 file. If you guys want to listen to it in your car or wherever you guys like to listen to, like on your MP3s or on your whatever. Anyway, the first subject for today is one that's a little not too old, but like a couple weeks old, but one that actually did spring quite a bit of attention, is the Chris Chan ordeal and Gamestop with the Sonic Boom farce. Now, for those of you who don't know who this Chris Chan fellow is, I knew of him years ago because like periodically he would be brought up in certain events because he's quite a character. But then over time I forgot about him because again he's not really somebody totally worth remembering in full for whatever he does. However, he did recently come back up, and it did take me a while to remember who he was. And during one of our live stream sessions, the fans actually brought him up to us and discussed the issue with him. So, for those of you who are unaware of who exactly Chris Chan is and what he does, I will give you a brief rundown. Years ago, Christopher Chandler, I believe his name is. He is a highly autistic individual in society. He has created. Unfortunately, I did more research than anybody really should have on this character, to the point where I come at it from like a Dr. Bankman from Ghostbusters, where I'm doing this for science, my own science of trying to come to an understanding of what makes these kind of people tick. Or
well, the thing about you is that when you get hold of a subject, you really go.
I really go
deep into it.
Yeah, like I am that person. Like
Yeah.
I think Spoonie and I kind of like are that same way. Where like you know you shouldn't, but you gotta know. Like we kind of do what we shouldn't. Like we would be that guy that goes and explores the dark cave that we really shouldn't. So yeah, I did more research on Chris than I probably should have. So he has created over the years in his earlier YouTube life, he had created this form of Sonic recolor character called Sonichu, which was like a cross character between Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu. Now, if you've seen the Sonic brain farts or any of that, the Sonic, like what they call faggotry or anything, note that we are not homophobic or anything, or going to tease the autistics or anything like that, because we know that they have problems and we're not going to troll any of these guys. And so we understand that there are complications with their way of thinking and how they are. So I don't hop on the bandwagon, on the hatred bandwagon when it comes to trolling this person or hating on this person. Yes, this person has done some terrible things, some very ignorant things, and some downright loathsome and creepy things, but be that as it may, I still have to... you still gotta understand that there is something mentally wrong with this character.
This person's not all there.
Yeah, like, and we have friends that are autistic,
dealing with this, with the issue of autism.
Yeah, like I've met people who are autistic, yet I don't know if the people that I know that have it very mild, so, because I'm no physician, I'm no doctor by any stretch, but can autism reach this point of where you seem pretty insane?
It'd be interesting if anyone knows. They could put that in the comments section.
Okay, now,
we're not experts in that.
Yeah, the reason why this person even comes up is because recently, about a couple weeks ago, now he is a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan favorite guy. He loves this character to death, apparently.
Right.
And he got really upset at Sonic Boom. He hates Sonic Boom. I can't blame him. I mean, who doesn't?
Well, the thing is, the reason why he hates Sonic Boom is for...
Allegedly. Is because Sonic's arms are blue.
Which is something I never... When you told me about that, it's something I never really noticed when it comes to
I
Sonic
noticed
the
it.
Hedgehog.
Like, I noticed it. I thought it was bizarre. I didn't go ballistic on it or anything or go like, oh, betrayal! I didn't do any of that, but
I think of Sonic
the
Hedgehog, I always think of blue, and I think of the spines on his head. And
I just thought...
his arms is kind of human looking, like,
I thought his arms turning blue was another unnecessary add-on, like the rest of the things they put on him, like the bandages and like. So I thought it was another unnecessary, like, oh, okay, his arms are blue now. Well, whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's odd, but
okay. So, but apparently the reason
this offended him.
This just sent him off.
Yeah, the fact that his arms were blue offended him so much that he created an agenda that he would go to. He would try to send Sega a message, which would be like the ultimate form of protest, where he would go into retail stores or any merchandising store like Toys R Us, Walmart, or wherever they sell Sonic Boom merchandise via the toys, via whatever, and I've seen them. And he would try to either vandalize them or he would try to hide them so that people couldn't purchase them. And he had made statements on the net that like checking on his protest, I've gone back to said store and checked my hiding spots to see if the merchandise was still there, and it's so far my quest has been successful. And like for weeks apparently he's been doing this. And so naturally stores and clerks caught on, and they some places have apparently banned him personally from going to these places. And considering how he dresses and how kind of colorful he looks, he's not a very hard individual to pick out. So yeah, he gets in trouble over this sort of thing. And yeah, it's not protesting when you are openly vandalizing, because he's not purchasing any of this stuff that he is destroying, so allegedly. So yeah, he's also talked about how he has made printouts of like the cases of Sonic Boom and has like made like vandalized, like I forgot what he called it. It's like the Blue Beast or something, and he's just destroying like GameStop merchandise, like the cases. And yeah, eventually GameStop employees, they were like, okay, you need to get out of here. You're kicked out. You're banned, and we're calling the cops. Yeah, so on his way out, he took out his pepper spray. And he quickly splurted some pepper spray at an employee as he was passing by. He claimed he was being attacked, which, if you've seen the video, yes, there's a video. And he wasn't. He was walking by him, but he wasn't confronting him in a, like, I'm gonna get you. Mm-hmm. And, so yeah, he was arrested and, well, let go. Well, bail. But yeah, the why this is so interesting is because this person, Chris Chan, has been through quite a lot. Like, considering the amount of history searching and research that I've been doing, for years, like since I would say 2008, 6 maybe, like around that time, from when he was doing his really awkward and really strange YouTube videos with the Sonichu character, and like you could probably look up the character and you'd see like a whole bunch of his videos and like shapes and forms and collages of like some of the crazy stuff he does. Like I couldn't really detail well enough how like wacky he is, but he, like some of the terrible things that he's done, like, and people even have talked about this and posted this as well, is that now, like, click here to see Chris Chan's sex tape. And I thought it was fake. And I checked it out.
And you regret it.
And I saw 2 seconds of it. And I'm like, oh, no, this is real. And yeah, he actually has a sex tape. It's not with anybody. It's what with 2 seconds of footage, it looked like, I think, like a doll. Don't comment below and tell me I'm right, or do not comment below actually and tell me what it is. I'm not interested. I'm doing this for science. So yeah, I saw 2 seconds and found out that it was real. Okay, I'm out. But yeah, like actually there was one worse, and this one actually was on YouTube for a bit, or like because the word was that, again, apparently he recycles his own.
Semen.
Yeah. And, yeah, oh my gosh, I can't even say this with a straight face.
Do you want to say it?
I don't know. Like, yeah. Let's just say he's a very troubled individual. Now, with the years that he's been on, he has been trolled. He has been made fun of. He has been picked on. He has, and by trolled, I mean this guy has been trolled to the highest of degree. Like, he has been, like, people have been pretending to be his friend and, like, pretending to be girls that are into him, and they have been, for years they've been tricking this guy, and I think unfortunately that has kind of made the situation worse because they have been emotionally confusing this person, because he is not normal in the sense of thinking properly.
All right, let me chime in here.
All right.
Okay. This is an individual that needs help.
Exactly.
And to me, I know a lot of the things that this guy does, a lot of people like to make fun of or people find funny. I don't really find funny at all because I just see a person who just really... This, like you said earlier, this has more... there has to be something else more than just autism.
Yeah, this can't be just autism. Unless this is the highest form of autism, and I've never seen it.
Right.
But yeah, like we've met autistic people. Yeah, we get autism has complications with the way they think and the way they do. But is this autism at its highest form, or is this autism with something else?
Either way, what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
Another thing too is he made like this after he got out of jail. He made like this full blog or something, full this letter.
And apparently he goes on today and still has learned nothing from it.
Yeah, how he was the victim. This was not vandalism. This was a protest. First of all, it is vandalism. If you don't buy any of these games, and if you just walk into a GameStop and you just deface a game, that's vandalism. Mm-hmm. After you buy it, you can do whatever the hell you want with it because it's yours. But that was vandalism. He was in a place where he should not have been.
Yeah, he was banned.
He was banned. He should not have been there. And he used pepper spray. That's the part that really sets it over the top because pepper spray can do damage to individuals. He explained that he didn't know. Well, maybe if he did or didn't. I hear that the GameStop employees are pressing full charges against them.
Well, wouldn't you?
And they should.
Wouldn't you?
And he should not be around normal society after listening to what he's not in a healthy environment. This is just a person that should not be making videos. He should be somewhere getting help. And it's an all array around. It's a very sad story.
Unfortunately, I think all of the trolling over the years that he has constantly been through,
that may have been part of it.
Yeah, it may have been part because like it's been sending him through like an emotional difference. Like he can't distinguish who's really trying to help him. Because over the years he actually has gotten like what's been called the white knights who have actually tried to say like, dude, you need to do this, you need to stop this. But because of all of the people who had pretended to try to do that over the years, he can't really distinguish who's on his side and who's not. And he plays the victim route, like everybody's out to get him.
Right.
So and it gotten to the point now. Unfortunately, I do believe some like his parents are also at fault because they have enabled him.
Yes, of course.
Definitely, and his parents are old.
Yes.
Yeah, they were old because like I think his dad's dead now. He passed away. And he was if you saw him in the video, he looked old. Like he had like he was on like he looked like he was in his 70s. I don't have any
real idea how old Chris Chan is.
He's in his 30s. He's about almost as old as you, if not same age. But like again, I don't want to hate on his parents or anything, but they look like they've enabled him. His they look like they've given him everything.
Yeah. Except the one thing he needs.
Yeah, except what he truly needs. And since his dad passed away, he got into a little bit of a grief, but apparently it didn't take him long to get over it. And so he started doing his thing again. and also apparently his house had burned down, and his with his and his mom and stuff. And apparently, if you've seen the house, it was like what you see in Hoarders.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot to burn down. So he lost everything, and then he was able to move into his own place somehow. I'm not sure if his mom moved with him, but apparently that place burned down too, because apparently he tried to use an extension cord to plug a coffee thing in, and that caused a fire. So yeah, and it got to the point where even the trolls were starting to feel bad for him, to the point where like maybe we should back off, because I mean, it was all fun and games when we were doing it when he was in a stable.
Yeah, but it was never fun and games to begin with.
It was never fun, but I'm talking like from their perspective.
Yeah.
Like, it was all fun and games when he was in a.
Unfortunately, we just live in a time where people troll other people, and to them it's fun.
Yeah, like, where's the line here?
To them, there is no line.
But yeah, like, apparently he had, even after all of these hardships, he had learned nothing. He had still remained ignorant. He had still remained.
Well, that just tells you that there's just something mentally not there
like,
about this person. So.
Yeah. Apparently, there's the financial trouble on his mom's side, and so they're having financial difficulties too, among other things. So yeah, with all of this going on, it just mind boggles me. Like, should he really be caring about anything Sonic the Hedgehog at all? With the instability.
This is just a person who just is just in real bad shape.
Yeah, and so he became a highlight. Just because of that, he got himself back in the limelight. It seems to be going down now, but we don't know if there's going to be more charges pressed in. We don't know if when he's going to strike again. But yeah, like, my honest thoughts on this Chris Chan person, like, he is a character that does need help. Like, I feel like some people were speculating, should we even feel bad for this guy, considering like how ignorant he remains and chooses to be, and still believes that he's the ultimate victim and everybody should give him what he wants. To
me, it's not about feeling bad for him. It's just about
putting
this guy in a place where he can get some sort of help.
And how he's potentially he's a danger to society.
Yeah, and if that's taking him off the streets, if that's putting him some sort of, maybe not jail, but some sort of equivalent of it. I don't want to say an asylum or anything like that, but just some area where he's away from society, where he can at least get some help and the help that he needs.
Yeah, because
that's all I can say.
Because I really don't know what to make of him. Like, he could potentially be very dangerous if this goes very south.
Well, he already assaulted someone with pepper spray. So that needs to be taken into account as well.
Well, so he's a guy that needs help, and maybe needs to be taken off the streets or given all the proper care that he really does need. Because honestly, at this point in life, for him to be 34, I don't think he can take care of himself.
No, he can't.
But not for a long period of time, anyway. No. He relies on others, and I think he was actually relying on a girlfriend, or wanted a girlfriend to be able to take care of him. Again, I don't know. Like, I do feel bad for the guy in a sense that it is a shame that his life went to this direction. Because even for an autistic person, it doesn't have to be this bad. So, well, we'll find out what happens with this Chris Chandler in the future. Meanwhile, guys, all I can say is, if you have to get your kicks by being a troll to somebody who is mentally challenged, or if that's what, like, you really got to rethink your life if this is what you do for a hobby. Like, I know there's trolls out there, but don't be an asshole. Yeah. Like, be glad that your life is, like, you're in better shoes. Some people don't have it as lucky as others. Mm-hmm. Like, he's done terrible things. Maybe, to some, he probably deserves it. But we don't have to add on to it by being less of an individual. Yeah. Well, all right. That covers that.